Ed, thanks for taking a second out here. I wanted to go through a couple of things here with you to show you more or less some of the things that we've been talking to you about in the past about increasing the overall visibility of the site and some things that we just never really had a chance to move forward and do. And I know that you guys are certainly trying to increase your overall business and traffic into the place, especially recently with the purchase of the ad system through Google. And so what I'm going to do is, as quick as possible, kind of run through where all of your visitors and traffic is coming from, show you some of the traffic that I feel like you're missing out on and why, and kind of a little bit as to what we can do about that. So again, going to kind of cruise through this pretty quickly. But I figured doing this on a video is best because I feel like sometimes you're not really kind of understanding what I'm trying to articulate, and I feel like doing it this way will give you an opportunity to kind of, if you have to pause something or rewind or whatnot, that's all in your capability there. So real quick, what I'm going to talk a little bit about is your overall visibility as it relates to organic Google searches. So basically all that means is that when somebody does a search on Google, similar to what you see here on my screen, furniture in Phoenix, you get results, and the organic results are down here. So these people here in the map pack, and then these listings that come up are the organic listings. These are all the listings in Google searches that you don't pay for. So obviously having your business come up first here is the overall idea. These items here that you see are what you're paying for currently with the company that's running the ads for you. So those sponsored ads, those you pay for based on, every time somebody clicks on it, you're assessed a fee. But the way that you currently have it set up with the company, they probably charge you a particular flat rate, and then they just kind of run these ads for you, and that's how you're getting people to come into your website currently from those particular ads. So what I want to do is kind of show you more or less how your overall visitors to your website breaks down, so you kind of get an understanding right up front where all of your activity is coming, and then I'm going to kind of go into showing you more or less kind of what we're missing out on as far as the organic search results are concerned. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to show you a quick breakdown. Now there's a lot of data here, and there'll be a lot of data here on my screen as we kind of cruise through this, but there's only a couple of important things that I want you to look at here. So what I want to show you is this is the activity to your website over the last 7 days, and I realize that over the last yesterday, with it being the holiday and everything, you guys had a lot more visitors to the website than normal, but this is still on average about what you're seeing over a week's period. 356, this number here, is on average what actually this is the total number, not average, of what you got to your website over the last 7 days. Okay, so you've had about 356 website visitors over the last 7 days. Now, this is kind of more or less how this breaks down. 185 of those visitors, about 50%, came to your website from the organic search results. So in other words, they came to your website after they did a particular search, and they clicked on one of these links, or they clicked on you here in the map pack. Okay, these three people are what we call the map pack, and those are connected with the Google Maps. So these people, 185 people, came to your website from organic search, and as we compare that to what you're getting from direct traffic, in other words, people that are just going up here and typing in this address bar, westsidefurniture.com, that would be considered direct traffic. So about 20% of your website visitors over the last 7 days came to your website by just directly typing in westsidefurniture.com and ending up at your website. Okay, so what we see here is another 20%, roughly 74 people over the last 7 days came to your website from your ads. So those are the ads that you're paying for with the third-party company that is running the ads on your behalf through the Google network. Okay, So that gives you an idea more or less of what activity and how your website breaks down. So the fact that you're paying these guys every month to run these ads for you, and it's generating, about 75 people, over the course of 7 days. I mean, assuming you're paying them a reasonable rate each month, I would say that they're doing a pretty good job. We're getting a good rate of engagement. So in other words, about 50% of the people that go to your website from these ads are engaging with more than just one page on your website, which is really good. And for somebody in your industry, furniture and that kind of thing, it's pretty typical that people will cruise through more than one page. So this is about a normal rate of people engaging with the site. You'll see that from your visitors that are coming into your website through organic search, they're engaging with the site just about the same. About about right around half are going through one or more pages. Okay, so what I want to show you is that right now we're getting about 185 people roughly every 7 days from the organic searches. But most of those people that we're getting in are coming in through searches for like Westside furniture, Westside Phoenix, that kind of thing. So they're finding you through the Google searches, okay, through the organic searches when they type in things such as Westside furniture, right? Then you come up here in the map pack, and you come up here in the organic results. So that's fine, that's great. It's good that you're coming up in that search. But again, like we want to kind of also be coming up in these searches for things like this, like furniture in Phoenix, where we don't come up at all in this first page. Okay, so that's really the kind of stuff. So I want to show you. So what I did is I compared Del Sol, because they're kind of like, they have an in-store place, they're local in Phoenix, they kind of have the same, kind of business model as you do. I think they have like 2 or 3 stores though. But nonetheless, I compared kind of to see what we're missing out on by kind of comparing to them. So let me show you the overview of kind of how the traffic again breaks down as it relates to organic results. You can see here that overall, organically in Google, you have about 120 keywords that will trigger your website to come up in a Google search. Various keywords. These are a list of those keywords. Okay, so you can see here on the left side the keywords. Okay, so all I want you to look at here on this screen is the first 3 columns. So the keyword column, the POS is the position column, and the volume column. That's all we're going to look at right now. The rest of this data, not really important for what I'm trying to explain to you. But as you can see, these search queries are ranked in order by how visible you are on Google. So the position is where you're coming up in the Google search result. In other words, if somebody Googles Westside furniture, you can see that you come up in the first position. That means that you're first on the first page, number 1, right? And that's pretty good because we get about 170 searches for that a month, okay, roughly on Google, okay, give or take. Again, you can see that when somebody types in Westside furniture as one word, here this is the third result, or the third query, you're again number 1, right? 590 monthly searches, great. This is where, again, we're getting most of our traffic into our website. This particular search is where you see about 50% of your overall website traffic through the organic search results comes from this one search right here, Westside furniture, okay? So that's where you get a majority of your organic or free traffic that you're not paying for. So, like again, we can see the positions as we go down the list, get further and further down. Anything after number 8 position is going to be probably on the second page of Google, where, we're really not going to be found on the second page. So you can see things like Kids Furniture Phoenix, you're probably on the second page, but there's only around roughly 30 searches a month. Maybe a little bit more if we start breaking down all the variations of Kids Furniture Phoenix, such as furniture in Phoenix for kids, that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of searches, such as furniture in Phoenix, that you're not at all relevant for right now. Okay, so overall, again, you can see that you're getting about, each month you get about 400 visitors a month, roughly, into your website from organic search results, but most of those being, again, when people type in Westside Furniture. So I just kind of want to show you, compared to Del Sol, and I know that they're a bigger company and that kind of stuff, but there's no reason that you can't be competitive with these guys. Okay, they come up for about 11,000 keywords. Okay, that trigger up their website to come up in search results, but only a handful of them, probably maybe 100, are actually on like the first or second page that are really relevant. But we can look here at their results. Okay, so I'm showing you their results, and you can see all the things that they come up for in the first position. Okay, so all these searches are number one. So any of these queries, like Kids Furniture Phoenix, is going to come up first, number one. Okay, Leather Furniture Phoenix, number one, right? 110 searches a month, roughly. So we can keep going on, and you can continue to see that they're in the first position for all this stuff. So there's a lot of relevant keyword phrases here, such as Bedroom Furniture Phoenix gets about 110 searches a month, and they're second place overall. So this is all the searches essentially that you're missing out on. Okay, this is the stuff that's free traffic for these guys. These guys don't pay, as far as I can see, really anything worthwhile at all with Google to get traffic in, because they get most of their traffic through, again, organic search. If they were to pay for the traffic through Google that they get organically, that'd be about 12 grand a month in ad spend with Google, spending a budget with them to get the same thing that they're getting for all these different searches that are coming up, that they don't pay for. So again, if somebody types in Phoenix dining table, they're going to come up first, and those searches are going to be shown right here. Okay, so this is again the organic stuff that we're going after. So, all right, so why is that? Why are these guys, so much more relevant than you are in Google searches? Well, most of that comes down to how the website's laid out. Even though right now your website's laid out in a way that's, that we could grow and build based on the website that you have right now. So this is not about trying to sell you a new website. While that will help engagement, and that will help the user experience, and will also help with overall visibility a little bit, it's not something that we need to do to be able to try to start ranking with people like this and start to get some of this overall traffic coming into your website. A lot of what this boils down to is how relevant Google feels DelSolFurniture.com is versus how relevant they feel WestsideFurniture.com is. And a lot of that comes down to how Google decides who's more important than somebody else. And basically what that comes down to is what we call backlinks. Okay? Links coming into your website from other websites, pointing to your website. Okay? So if, for example, we have, let's say, ArizonaCentral.com, the newspaper, having links coming back pointing to your website. AZCentral.com is an authoritative website. Google sees them as authoritative. If they point back to you and say, hey, these guys are important, then Google feels, hey, these guys are a little more important, let's rank them a little higher. So that's basically kind of how it works. Think of a link coming into your website, or a backlink, as kind of a vote. The website with the most votes kind of wins. Okay, now not every vote is weighed the same. Some links that come into your website, or backlinks, are more important than others based on how relevant the website is that's actually pointing back to you. So let's say a link from ArizonaCentral.com is a lot more relevant than like a link from a locksmith website that just has you listed in a directory, which is kind of a funny comparison, but you actually have a website, a locksmith website that links back to you. So that's why I mentioned it. and I can show you, but right now, quickly, I just kind of want to point out to you, in again comparison to Del Sol Furniture and Westside Furniture, the links that are coming in. So I'm going to show that to you right now. Okay, so here you are. Two important things here: trust flow, citation flow. These are measurements as to how relevant your website is based on a mathematical algorithm of how important the links are that are coming into your website. So this is not anything from Google per se as far as how relevant they think your websites are. However, they are a good measurement to allow us to understand how relevant the links are coming into your website are. So I don't want to get too much into that because it's a little bit complex, and really it's not anything you need to be concerned about. What we're looking at here more or less is the backlinks, the amount, the volume of links. Okay, so here you can see that you have roughly 2,000 total links coming into your website from other websites. Okay, and about 100, and all those links are comprised of about 192 websites. So you probably have about 192 websites that are pointing to your website, which make up these 2,000 links. Okay, so again, not super important for you to understand all this, but mostly just kind of showing you in comparison to these guys that have roughly 73,000 links and a citation flow of like 44 compared to like 18. Okay, so you can see that they have about 521 websites pointing to them that comprise these 73,000 links. Okay, so you can see that they have a pretty good range of websites that feel that they're important, but it's also the quality of websites that they have. So here we have a list of the websites, some of the websites that point to Del Sol Furniture. Okay, so I'm just kind of showing you, Phoenix New Times points to them, which Phoenix News Times, even though they're not an authority media outlet, Google, or at least they have some pretty good authoritative links coming into their website that make them an authority. 72 out of 100 is probably as good as you're going to get. Okay, so as it relates to how Google sees them, they're an authority in their industry, and so anybody that they link out to also gets some of that relevance passed on to their website. So again, you can see that there's other directories and websites that they have that are somewhat relevant to their industry, again, that will point back to their website. So it comes down to improving your overall visibility online through important relevant information on your website and fresh content on your website, but also in obtaining and getting more links coming into your website. And that's what we can help with kind of like on a monthly basis. Each month kind of focus on gaining new links and developing new content and making the website more relevant so that you begin to start popping up through the first page positions. So anything on 1 through 8, in positions 1 through 8 mean that you're on the first page of Google, obtaining some of this traffic that you're not actually specifically paying for. Okay, and so that's really the goal, is to have Google feeling that you're a relevant authority, that they're going to rank you in either the map pack here, okay, in the first 3 spots, or in these rankings here when people are Googling things like furniture in Phoenix, kids bedroom set, or dining room set, Phoenix, that kind of stuff. Okay, so this quickly, hopefully, gave you a quick understanding of like what's on the table, what we can start pursuing. And if you're interested, we can certainly, I'll put together a strategy and an outline and show you exactly step by step what we need to do, like on a regular basis, to start creeping up on these rankings and start increasing some of that traffic. So again, we saw that the competitor was getting in, give me 1 second here, just knocked my mouse, getting in about 9,000, 7,000, 8,000, 7,000, 9,000, 10,000, 6,000. They're actually falling here. But these are like thousands of visitors every month that they're getting into their website from the searches that are done in Phoenix. So there's a lot of searches in Phoenix for what you guys do, and you guys are relevant enough to be able to move the needle here. So just again to show you a little bit of relevance as it relates to your domain authority and your page authority. Okay, this stuff you may not understand, but 19 out of 100 for your domain authority. In other words, how relevant www.westsidefurniture.com is to Google right now as it sits right now, and the overall authority of each page on your website. Okay, 32 out of 100. So if I compare that with Del Sol, you guys aren't out of the ballpark here. Okay, so it's not like Del Sol Furniture has a domain authority of 75 and we could never reach them. They're within reach of where you're at. Okay, so it's just almost a matter of the amount of links that they have coming into their website, and a little bit of it has to do with how their website is structured and how much content they have on their website, because that's quite a bit more than you too. But again, not something that we can't build. Okay, so let's touch bases after you had a chance to review this. Let me know if you'd like me to put something together, and I'll put something, an outline together that we can go over. We can kind of go step by step, like as to exactly what needs to be done in the most basic and simplest terms as possible. Okay, thanks a lot, Ed, for taking the time.